Cool. And we're here with Patrick Glover.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
Yeah.
How are you?
Dude, it's 2020.
Yeah.
Hanging in there.
We're all as good as we're gonna be.
Yeah, pretty much. What have you been up to?
A whole lot of work, just because. Well, I drive forklifts, and so I'm considered an essential worker. And so, since pretty much February, I've been doing mandatory 60 hours a week. So yeah, and it's been a rough year. I usually only get 1 day off a week, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
You at least bringing in some like overtime.
Yeah, the money's great, and like that's part of the reason why I stay. Also, because they are generally really good with giving me off for touring, so that keeps me around. But yeah, it's been a rough year for sure.
Oh man, any sight in the near future of touring?
No, a lot of places are looking into booking us still, but we're kind of we don't want to jump the gun on it. I know a lot of places are playing shows, but a lot of the shows I've seen have been not the best in terms of social distancing and mask wearing. Like, there's just big sweaty dudes all over each other moshing and stuff like that, and like, which is like cool, like whatever, like if that's what you want to do, but like I don't think we want to contribute to it just yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll probably sit it out a little bit longer, at least until next year, and figure out what we're gonna do next year and all that good stuff.
Yeah. You guys still working on music?
Yes. I'm not gonna say too much about it just because I don't want to get yelled at. But we're sitting on a lot of material actually. Probably for almost a year we've been sitting on a lot of material.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you guys dropped a music video like right before all this happened, right? Or...
Yeah. Well, I think it was like June of last year.
Oh, okay.
Or something like that.
Yeah, I was off then.
Yeah. And then we finished up a lot of what we were working on at the very end of last year. And then, COVID happened, and we had all these release plans. We were gonna put a record out and tour and all this stuff. And then in like February, May, it was probably in May actually. A bunch of our video shoots got canceled because our directors are from New York. And one of our shoots actually got cut short like halfway through filming, and then so that got kind of pushed back, and we were wondering what we were gonna do with that video, and then. Our bass player cut his hair, so it was like, well, like reshoots
there
were
goes
an option.
continuity,
Exactly, reshoots were an option unless we were going to reshoot the entire thing.
Yeah.
But we figured something out for that video, and then we finally got another video in, and then we've got a couple more things we're working on. But it sucked because like at the beginning of the year we had all these plans, and then everything got canceled, and we had no content to release any music with because like we don't want to just put out a song with just like a blank screen or something like that. We want videos and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it definitely put a damper on our year.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Now, and you guys are signed though, right?
Yes.
Who are you signed to?
Standby Records.
Okay.
Currently. Yeah.
Are they like in charge of the whole music video thing and like taking care of all of that, or
not really, because of stuff I can't talk about.
That's fair.
But I will tell you all about that off the air.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff happened with that, and I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but I'll get with you about that.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. Totally. So basically, you have some content you're sitting on.
Yes.
That's super exciting. I'm really excited.
I know.
to hear
I'm
that.
like, we're so ready to get this stuff out. It's been so long.
Yeah. I mean, literally, the last time I saw you was when I caught the end of your set at JB's. Like.
Yeah. Was that November of last year? I think.
Was that the last time you played there? I remember.
Oh, it was before that. It was in October. Yeah,
Was it
because
really?
that was the last time we played there, and then we did a little tour in November, and then that was the last time we played.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Were you guys like just getting ready to go back on tour before?
We were getting ready for basically the album release campaign, figuring out what we were gonna do with that, and then booking our tours for that. And yeah,
Fuck 2020.
yeah, I know, dude. Honestly,
Jesus, it took that away from us and the My Chemical
we were
Romance
like,
reunion tour.
yeah. And the To Plant a Seed, We Came as Romans tour.
Oh fuck, that's right.
Yeah, I think they're
Oh my
still
God.
doing that one, but like I haven't heard anything about it.
What is your take on like a lot of people doing virtual shows?
I like it. It's obviously not the same. It's never going to be the same. And I especially admire the bands that are doing it with like full production value. Like they're actually getting the multi tracks of everything and mixing it, making it sound super good. And the video production is really good. I was never a big fan of when bands would just live stream like, and all you hear is just like cymbals and like stuff like that. So like the bands that are doing it right are doing it so awesome, and I love that. And we actually we might do something like that here pretty soon. We have a bunch of stuff recorded for it. We just haven't had the time to put it all together because like we're all like working an insane amount of hours.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I know. I watched a few good ones. Like Amberlin did a really, really good one.
Yeah. Under Oath did a cool one.
I didn't see that one. I missed it. Oh man, it's tough because it's like you want to watch it, but you're like, I technically could do something else, and I don't have to like really commit to it, I guess. So it's hard to like, make that commitment to sitting on your couch and watching a band play.
Right.
I don't know.
And then like for me personally, one thing I tend to watch on YouTube a lot is like live sets from bands where it's like they get a really good mix from the board. But like I prefer to watch it with the crowd interacting with the band too. Yeah. So like I'll pull up older videos from like last year and stuff like that. Like I've been watching one that I've been watching a lot is Gideon. Like they have some like sick live sets on YouTube that I've just been watching.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's really cool. I know like All Time Low crushed it way back in the day when they came out with their Weightless album. Was it called Weightless?
Yeah, didn't they do like a DVD for it?
Yeah. All Time Low straight to DVD. I was like, yo, that's so cheesy, but like the mix was perfect. Everything was amazing. That was really cool how they did that. Like I've always watched that and been like, more bands need to do that and use that as a model for the live stream right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything was perfect.
It just sucks like nobody can have a crowd for their live streams right now.
Well, like so the drive-in thing is pretty neat too, I guess, but it's still, I don't know, it's not the same.
Yeah. They're all like great ideas in theory, but like we said, they're just not the same.
Yeah. As a novelty.
Yeah.
It's one thing as a novelty, but when it's the only option, it kind of sucks.
Right.
Damn.
It's just something about being there, being in the crowd with people, being able to interact with people. And that's one of the biggest things that's missing out of live music, in my opinion, is like when we're touring and stuff like that, my favorite thing about touring is like getting to interact with people and like meet all sorts of different people, eat all sorts of different food from like places I wouldn't get to eat when I'm like at home in Chambersburg or whatever.
Yeah.
And like all that's just missing.
Damn, dude. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, man.
It's been a rough year for everybody.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Man, I was like, I'll never forget when you asked me to be tour manager for Imperialist, and that was like the second most heartbreaking moment of my life. First was when I had to punch you in the face for the Imperialist music video.
Which we have to talk about.
We do have to talk about that, and that was like the perfect segue into it. But yeah, no, that was like the most heartbreaking moment when I had to turn that down. I was just too busy with work at the time. It was insane.
Well, we kind of fizzled out anyway, so it's probably good you didn't take that opportunity with us.
Yeah, I mean, even if we would have done like a few shows, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still tried my best to make it to every show. I don't think I made it to every one, but
you got pretty damn close.
Yeah, I went to like every practice.
Yeah.
Dude, I miss that.
I know.
Hanging out.
Just the hangs, dude.
Oh my god. And the units. All the stupid shit we would do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. That was such a good time. God. So are you still doing sound engineering or
when I have time, I mainly right now I just I tend to write when I get the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my hands in like a lot of different genres. Like I'm a big fan of like pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I have like pop punk stuff on my computer. I have like just a straight up hardcore EP that I'm working on. Like there's some deathcore
like solo?
stuff. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, cause like I play. I don't want to say pretty much everything because it sounds douchey.
but you
but
do.
Like, yeah, but I play like drums and guitar and bass and I sing obviously and all this other stuff, and which is ironic because like I never really wanted to be a singer, but that's like my main thing now.
Didn't you like join a band as a guitarist and somebody was like, "Wait, Patty, you can sing. Why don't you try this?"
It was Imperialist actually.
Really?
Me and Chris, for those of you that don't know, we played in a band called Imperialist. Chris played drums, but I joined the band as a bass player, and then. It was like a month or so before we were going to go record an EP right here at Rock Mill.
Mm-hmm.
And our vocalist at the time had to step down just because of personal stuff.
Wait, you guys had a different vocalist?
We did.
How the fuck did I not know that?
So you can send your discovery commissions my way?
He was only with us for like a couple months because we didn't practice. But like we weren't like rehearsing together for that long before we went to record. It was mainly just writing sessions.
Okay.
But anyway, like about a month before he stepped down, and then Chris and Cody were just like, "Yo, you should do it."
And
I'm
turns
like,
out
"Okay."
Wait, so did you ever sing in a band before then, or do any sort of?
I did the clean vocals. I never screamed in a band.
Okay.
So like basically that month or so of before we went to record, when I was like having to pull an EP out of my butt, like lyrically and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically when I was learning how to scream. I did like backing screams in bands before when I was playing guitar, but it was mainly just like yelling and stuff like that. Like I didn't actually do it.
What?
Yeah. So like that Imperialist EP we have out, I was only screaming for like a few months when
Are
we
you
recorded
serious?
that. Yeah.
Dude, I thought like I was under the impression you did. Like I was
Thanks.
under the impression you had been doing it for years.
No,
Oh
and that's that's
God.
pretty much what everybody said too. And like, and we would have people at shows like want to talk about like technique and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, it just doesn't hurt.
Probably
Like
gonna
that's-
Ollie Sykes myself if I'm being honest.
Those are like the exact words that came out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Like, we literally played like the first show, and someone came up already and was like, "Yo, like, teach me how to do like
Yeah.
that." And you're like, "Dude, I'm
It's
still
like, dog, I
figuring it out."
can't.
Oh my
It's
God.
like all I know is that everything I like, I know like warm ups and breathing techniques and stuff like that. But like as far as actually doing it, all I know is that what I do doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
And that's like your base for pretty much everything. Like if something that you're doing hurts, go back to the drawing board because like
Yeah.
something's not right there. But yeah.
Wait, so what was the name of that song that you guys did the music video for at my house?
Developments?
Was that
That was developments, right? I think so.
Wait, what?
Was it the song that you guys did the music video for at my
Yeah,
my
Developments.
was it Developments? If you're listening to this, check out Developments by Imperialist because it's still
That was
on YouTube,
a fun
right?
video. Yeah, it should
That was
be.
a fun video. We filmed it in my very first apartment ever.
Yeah.
In the basement, which was
It
just
was like 2 days back to back
Yeah.
of filming.
that was insane. I remember like having to tell the neighbors because they were like, "What is going
Yeah.
on?" And I was like, "You're just filming a music video. It's gonna get loud for like 30 minutes,
Yeah,
maybe."
the
at some
first day
parts."
especially was really loud, but the second day was just you guys beating the shit out of me
Dude.
like the whole day.
All right, let's just talk about it and get it over with. So in the music video, somebody had to go along with the storyline. Somebody had to punch Patrick in the face, and unfortunately, it was me. And we tried so hard.
Because
to
you were
fake
the
it.
only one that could make it like as convincing as it was.
Well, no, I was the last person to try to make it look convincing. And then
Okay.
everybody was like, "Fuck it, just actually punch him in the
Yeah,
face." And
because
I-
like it like wasn't coming out right, and
Mhm.
like I think it was me. It was like the only way we're gonna get this shot is if you actually punch me in the face, and like that's what ended up happening.
God, I still feel so
Dude.
bad about that. Like it flashes back in my mind because it looks like a vicious jab.
What was worse though was, and I think it was Cody that did it, but there's a scene where I'm sitting in this wooden chair and he kicks me in the chest and like I fall back in the chair or whatever.
yeah.
And we had to do that shot like 2 or 3 times. And that hurt so much more because every time my spine would just come down on the top of the wooden chair.
Oh God.
And like my back was like so bruised the next day and like sore as hell.
Well, I also had to drag you down the stairs a couple
Yeah,
times.
yeah, we had to shoot that a few
Dude,
times.
we just beat the shit out of you for that. God.
It came out cool though. It's a fun video.
It was a really fun video. I
Yeah.
showed it to a lot of people, and like everybody's like, "You filmed this in your basement, like with each other?" I'm like, "Yeah, pretty."
Yeah,
much."
this set was so sick. Like we all just got together that night and just designed the set and all that.
Yeah,
And it looked really cool.
it did. Like everything just turned out perfectly, and like honestly, how we made it all work was just so jerry rigged. But like,
I know.
I mean, we literally had lights hooked up to switches.
Yeah.
I think somebody was even unplugging and replugging
Yeah.
in a light to make it blink.
And we had a couple power strips that like somebody would flick on and off every night. I forget who it was that was doing it. It was somebody behind the scenes, but yeah.
Oh my God, that, and some people were like throwing shredded pieces of book
Yeah,
into a
and
fan.
into a fan. And then there's the part where didn't we like light a page on fire or something and like
We did.
it like in that teeny room in your basement there's just fire.
It just looked like a murder scene because there's a dirt floor basement.
Yeah.
There is just like burned books everywhere, fake blood everywhere,
Yeah.
broken glass, broken chairs. There was a fucking bear trap.
It's
I don't
like-
even remember.
Yeah,
where that
like
came
old
from.
ass like disgusting looking tools and stuff like just laying around. It was like a straight up torture scene.
I like how we basically threw that entire thing together and just ran
I know, like
we made that storyline as we went.
the whole idea basically came. It was like less than a week before we actually shot it. We were like, "What are we gonna do for this?" And then we just kind of like figured it out.
You knew we were gonna make it creepy somehow, but how? What are we
Right.
gonna do? Oh my god.
It came out cool. I think that was the first. It was definitely the first video that we did, and I think it was the first one that you shot, right?
Pretty much.
Chris, I don't think you. Well, no, you did shoot a lot of it.
He had to shoot what he wasn't in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Caleb. He had to.
Yeah, Caleb
Yeah.
did shoot some of it when Chris was drumming.
Yep.
It was the first like full video where I actually got to not only film it but also somewhat direct it.
Right, right.
Mhm. I just remember.
And you
being like-
edited it all, didn't you? You,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, that's right.
you put it all together,
I remember just being like, "Tell me what to do, and we'll do it."
and it worked out.
It did. That was
Like,
a great music.
We
video.
made like the masks for it the night before or whatever, like stitching them together.
literally stitching them together, lighting them on fire to get them like
Yeah.
charred. Oh my god, that was insane. I'm actually impressed with how well that turned
A
out.
lot of work went into that.
Yeah, we'll link it in the video.
So much dust.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. I remember blowing my nose after that, and it was just black from like all the dirt and dust
Yeah,
and ash.
and didn't we use baby powder too? I
Oh,
think
yeah.
there was. It was like so, like imagine a small room with a fog machine, except it's not actually a fog machine. It's just dust and baby powder.
Yeah,
like
pretty much.
that's what it was.
Wait, did we?
It gave it like it actually gave it a legit look.
No, it looked cool
Did we
because you
have a
put
fog
it.
machine?
You put it. Did we? I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
feel like we did, but
Yeah, we did.
we did.
Knowing us, we probably did. You're right.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah, no, because I remember Chris doing that in the unit whenever you guys were taking your picture.
Yeah, I do remember that.
We got it all fogged up. Oh my god, those were the days.
They
man.
really
I
were.
miss that shit.
Yeah.
What was that? Every Wednesday.
Yeah.
Meet at the unit, hang out.
Don't have to use
You do. We went
Yeah,
there
there's
last
still a
summer.
bunch of my shit in the unit too. I gotta come get it at some point.
Oh yeah, I think I tried out one of your amps when I was there last.
Okay,
time.
right on.
Me and Chris were jamming. Oh man, dude, yeah. Whatever happened to that, Chris?
it.
I don't know.
That's
anymore.
something else I want to talk about.
What
That EP that we have that we never did anything with.
I know.
was it? The
I-
second?
Yeah, I feel
One?
like you heard it.
I
Maybe.
heard parts of it, but like that was. I think you guys were putting that out right as I was like switching jobs, so I wasn't around as much.
Right.
And then the band like
Yeah.
broke up.
Well, it was like I think it was 5 tracks or something like that. But Chris and Cody and Dan had that with like their old band, and they went and recorded it, and it was cool. But then nothing ever got done with it, and then they showed me the instrumentals to it one day, and I was like, hey, like I can do something with this. Like as soon as I heard it, I had exactly what I wanted to write about in mind, and I actually had time to write about it, which was cool. And I think it was Cody that like really wanted to do it. But anyway, like we started working on this, and I was recording the vocals here. I did like 4 or 5 sessions with Logan, and they were like long sessions too. It was like all like 10 to 14-hour sessions. We were here working on it, and then I guess some of us lost interest, some of us got too busy, and then it just kind of fizzled out. Nothing happened, which was a bummer because that was some of the best material that I know for me personally. Like lyrically, that was the best material I feel like I've written, and I was like really stoked on it because it was like a really personal album,
Dude,
I
the
guess.
story would have been so cool.
Yeah, I know.
Let's
But
bring it back.
I really want to bring it back. And we were going to like about a year after Imperialist broke up. Me and Chris and Dan were like rehearsing it, and then that kind of fizzled out. And then literally last year, I was with Dan, and we were
miss
talking
Dan.
about doing it again. And like Dan started working on it again, and we were like, yeah. And then I haven't heard from Dan in like who knows how long.
Didn't he move?
Did he? I don't know.
I don't know.
But that's
either.
just one thing.
Maybe
like
that's somebody else I'm thinking of.
Chris, Dan, and I are like notorious for being hard to get a hold of sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys know that very well. So like the 3 of us in a band together, you could only imagine how that went as far as getting all of us in the same room.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus. If I ever put anything out, I'm working with you on it for sure.
Absolutely, dude. I would love to.
Jesus. I'm not even going to say when I put something out because I've been saying when I put something out for the last like
Right.
I don't even know 5 years now.
I did a feature for Alan's band
Yes.
when he was playing with Ethics. That came out pretty cool.
He told us about that. He said like you just kind of went into it and like made it fucking sick.
Yeah, because he gave me like one line that he wanted me to do, and I was like, okay. And then I like just like wrote all these different melodies for it and like different layers and put it all together and I was telling him what I was gonna do and he was like, what? And I'm just like, hear me out. And like I went in and I recorded it with Logan, and Logan even had kind of like the same expression of like, hey, what's going on? And then like when everything kind of came together, they're like, oh, like that's what you're doing. And I don't know, it came out really cool.
I mean, if any musician ever said, just trust me on this, and it was you, yeah, like, I'm trusting you on
Thank
that
you.
one. Like, oh my God, the amount of work that you've done is beautiful. And actually, I even remember that track and listening to it and like getting goosebumps whenever you came on. I don't remember what your lyrics were, but
I
they
don't
slap.
either. It's been like 4 years or something like that.
It's been a long time because they recorded that album right around the same time you guys recorded, or was it shortly?
Yeah, it was shortly after.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they actually did the single they did after that, they actually did some pre-production for the drums and guitars at my place. Like I actually wrote the drums for that single.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I need to like come down to Chambersburg for a night and just hang out with you.
That'd be
and record
great,
music.
dude.
Dude,
One
I'd
of
be
these
down.
nights when I'm actually off.
Yeah, I know, dude. Good God. We've like literally only been able to hang out like outside of like shows and practices and stuff like one time.
Yeah.
My 21st birthday.
Yeah,
Yes.
dude. Oh man, that was such a good night.
That was a crazy night. We're not going to talk about that because some illegal shit definitely
Yeah.
happened that night.
That was wild.
But yeah, that was insane. Oh my God.
Chris and Cody tried so hard to get me drunk that night.
Did you get drunk?
I did not. I've never been drunk before.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What?
Like
I'm like, and this is
by
funny.
choice or
Yeah, by choice. Like I will take sips of stuff, and I was a chef, so like I kind of had to know how certain things tasted and how they paired with certain things. But yeah, like I don't really drink or smoke or anything like that.
yeah.
I
I
know-
know you never were like a huge drinker or anything like that. I just didn't know you'd like never actually been drunk before.
It was funny though, because back in the Imperialist days, I was like the only, I guess, straight edge guy in the band. And so when Chris and Cody would get like obliterated in the van on like Miller Lite and Michelob, it was always me that would have to drive home because like Jordan was really young and he didn't want to drive the van.
Yeah, Jordan was like 18 or 19 back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was like 21 or 22, something like that.
Yeah. I
But,
don't even think I was 21 yet back then.
But it would always be me driving, and then there's like 6 drunk guys in the back, like screaming at me, like, you're going the wrong way when I'm clearly not going the wrong way, and they don't even know where they are.
Oh God, Chris. Chris, you and I have had some crazy drunk van shenanigans.
We have.
Oh God, never again. After that last one, where the window got broken, that was bad. We can't talk about that on the air.
I'll have to hear that one later.
Yeah, we'll tell you that one off air too. Oh my God.
So off topic, what's your recording area like? At home, or do you have?
Yeah, I have my own kind of home studio. I'll show you guys pictures if I have them. I don't know, but I mean, it's pretty, for what it is. It's pretty nice. I have like a tube preamp and outboard gear for that I use to track vocals with, and I get them super clean on the way in. And then I use a Pod HD Pro for guitar tones, and just take a DI from that, and I reamp it if I have to. And like I don't know, I normally program my own drums just because it's like easy and I can't record drums in my apartment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll normally go to my parents' house or something like that, and then I'll write stuff out and either record it on my phone, or I have an electric drum set too that I'll write stuff on, and then I just kind of program it in. And it's like, I don't know, it's for what it is. It's pretty nice. I have a lot of fun with it. I just wish I had more time to use it, especially this year.
Yeah. I know you'd think you'd have more time this year, but
I know.
unfortunately not.
Yeah.
Oh God. Like somebody even called me out. They were like, "So I know you've been off work for 6 weeks. So where's have you recorded anything?" And
Oh,
I'm like,
man.
God damn it! Like, no, I haven't. And
Straight
no,
up
I
called
didn't.
you out.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll
That's
see.
funny.
Like I'm just a busy guy myself.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like, this is more time consuming than anybody would imagine. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
I can't-
absolutely.
I can't really say like we do meetings every Monday because it's kind of a new thing, but we did meet regular meetings for a while last
Yeah.
year. And like COVID just really screwed everything up because we were really building momentum, and I'm probably beating a dead horse. I feel like we've talked about this on there 1,000 times, but we were building a lot of momentum, and like just losing all of that sucked. And
Yeah.
it's like trying to get it back. Is
We
hard.
lost ours too. It's a lot of pretty much anybody in the entertainment industry,
Yeah.
especially at like the DIY level, at least, it just lost pretty much all their momentum.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, there's not really much to like look forward to right now because
Yeah.
everything is just like, it's always just, all right, well, this is gonna be shit or this is gonna be shit, and like which one might work out better for
Exactly.
us. Like to literally every single aspect in life right now. It's insane.
It do be like that.
It do be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
And it does right now. Fuck, man. It's just good to see you.
I know. It's been so long.
I haven't seen you since November of last year,
Yep.
dude.
And I don't even know the last time I saw Chris. It's been very long. Been ages.
I just remember being downtown that night and just
Yeah, that was just by chance.
I don't remember who I was with, but I was like about to walk past JB's and I was like, "Fuck, Patty's playing there tonight." Like,
That was a good
I gotta
show
go
too.
in there. Oh my god, it was like pretty packed in there. And
It
shit.
was. I was surprised.
Yeah, like I don't know. A lot of people gave me a funny look because I did have to pee really bad, so I just walked like straight through the pit while everything was going on. I just beeline through it. Everybody's like, "Is this guy like trying to get hit?" And I'm like, "No, I know what's going on." Like, God, damn it.
I miss live music so much, dude.
I just miss being out in public and live music. And
Yeah.
seeing my friends, doing hood rat things with my
I
friends.
know.
Backsack is always
Backsack.
such a good time. Oh my
I,
god.
one thing I wanted to bring up was the time at launch when you got super drunk and peed the bed. Yeah, because he did it the one night and then he flipped the mattress and did it again the next night. And that's just one thing. Like,
That was the same night.
was it the
No,
same
it
night?
was not the same night. It was the
There's
next
no
night.
way.
I was only there for 2 nights, and it was definitely the next night.
But I remember the second night though, I guess it was after the second night you peed the bed, because you were in our room and you were like freaking out because the housekeeper was in your room, and you're like, "Are they gonna make me pay for the bed?" and like all this other stuff.
Dude, something bad happens to me every year at launch, and I want to go back, and I know bad shit's gonna happen.
Right.
But like, I love it. I
But
don't.
dude, just the hangs are so good.
they are, and
Me and a nondescript person got on the elevator, and
Oh,
the nondescript
yes!
person hit the it was actually an accident. Hit the emergency button on the elevator, and the fire alarm started going off, and we were the only 2 on the elevator. We get to the lobby, and it opens up, and people are just running and screaming and like.
They
throwing
literally
chairs and shit.
they evacuated the hotel for that.
I was.
there was like 10 fire trucks showed up within like 30 seconds. I've never seen.
I was drunk as shit outside smoking a cigarette, and you and the undisclosed person come walking out, and there's just cops and fire trucks everywhere.
And you were like, man, this is really weird. What's
I
happening
yeah,
in here?
dude,
see
honestly.
Chris and undisclosed person walking out just super calm, and I walk up to them. I'm like, "What's going on there?" Chris just goes, "Keep moving. Don't say anything."
and then the person we were with walks right up to. He has the audacity to walk right up to a cop and go, "What the hell happened?" And they're like, "Some asshole set off the fire alarm." And he goes, "Kids." I'm like, what?
And I think that night we played. Didn't we play after that happened that night? I think. I'm pretty sure we played after it.
Don't remember. We definitely played in and around that time period.
But
Where did you guys play
because
that?
we played downstairs, we played in the basement that night, and the basement didn't get evacuated. But I remember coming up to the lobby when all that was happening, and everybody was freaking out. And I was like, "What the hell?" And then I felt,
Wait, this
You're
was this.
right. No, this was a little bit before we.
Yeah.
Played, like about
because I
an
think,
hour
because you
before.
were coming down to come to the show
Wait,
that we were supposed to play.
was this the year that I peed the bed, or was this? It was this.
Definitely the year you beat
Yeah, I think it was the year.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. No.
I think it was because it was my last launch.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. My last launch was 2017. I remember.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
2017.
Okay.
It was because me and undisclosed person were in your room talking to you right before we went down there,
I told you guys not
pulled
to
the
give me
fire
Miller
alarm.
Lite.
and you were
And-
talking about how you accidentally pissed the bed.
Well, to be fair, I did end up, fuck it. So basically, I had
That
I had
missed it the second time.
I had a Zippo in my pocket when I pissed the bed, so
Oh,
the
yeah.
urine washed out the fluid, and the fluid soaked into my leg, and it gave me like a ginormous chemical burn
I
on my
forgot
leg.
about that.
Okay, I was like, I can't remember if you knew that or not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't know about that until like several days later, though.
Oh my god.
So you pissed lighter fluid onto your leg while you were sleeping?
I
Yes,
could just
and I had to
imagine
go-
trying to light the Zippo after that and it just smelling like piss.
it just flicks some in my face. I'm like, oh god, what's that? I had to go to like a family lunch the following weekend, and I was wearing shorts, and like my shorts came up when I like sat down, and like the bottom of the burn started to come out, and my stepmom, who's a nurse, is like, oh, what happened to your leg? How'd you burn yourself there? And I'm like, oh fuck, all right. I guess I gotta
Don't worry
tell you
about
what.
it.
It started with Miller Lite.
Ended with a chemical burn on my leg. Oh god.
I also think
I-
that was the same year that Chris ended up by himself in the elevator with the CEO of Outer Loop Records, and he farted and it smelled really bad, and Chris looked at him and it was like, wasn't me. And then it was just silent the rest of the elevator ride.
You did that? Were you there?
Now they know. Thanks, Patty.
Were you there in 2015? I don't think. No,
I feel like I wasn't.
I don't think you. Well, at least if you were, I don't think I knew.
I didn't.
You yet.
Okay, we played that year, but I didn't stay that year because I had too much stuff going on that year to stay. And then the next 2 years that we stayed in the hotel.
I don't know if I knew you back then. Were you playing with Imperialist or were you playing with a prior band? In
Yeah,
2015?
I was with Imperialist that year. I think that was the first year we played. But yeah, we got, and that was like, we were brand new at the time too. I think, like we came out in January of that year. I think is when we like launched, and then launch was like in April.
Yeah.
So like we were brand new, and we got put on like the crappy like Thursday night show, and so I just kind of played, and then I had to go home because I had to like work Friday and Saturday or
Oh,
something
you
like
know
that.
what? That's right, because I do remember that, because I came up and I stayed with you. You were like, fuck it, I already bought a room, just come stay with me, don't worry about it. And I had to come up after work, and I missed your own set, which I felt bad. I was like, damn, I'm staying with Chris, and I'm missing his set. Like,
And I was mad as hell because everybody else did stay, and they were just like, and like the best part about launch, it's like, I mean, like the panels are cool, the shows are cool, but like just the partying is like the best part, and
Oh
just
my
like
God,
hanging
yeah.
out with everybody, and like, and I left early, of course, and then like the big nights are like Friday and Saturday, and then I was just hearing all these like crazy stories from Friday and Saturday, and I'm just like, shit.
Dude, yeah, you have to stay for Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean, the experience is just absolutely
After that, I
insane.
was like, yeah, I'm gonna stay.
Yeah. Oh my god. Because 2015, I saw Atreyu. I told you this story, right?
I think so.
Okay, yeah. We'll save it then. I mean, that was just insane though. Like Atreyu, they didn't get me like into metal. I was already into them before that, or into metal before that. I don't know why I like them, because I don't like Five Finger Death Punch or Killswitch Engage or any of those guys, and they kind of fall into that same genre or level, I guess. But like, for whatever reason, I guess I do like them.
Right on.
That was an insane show, because I'm pretty sure I broke some kid's nose during it, and then I had an asthma attack and almost fucking died. And I scared the shit out of that old couple. I was covered in blood, and they got in the elevator when I was going to get my inhaler.
Yeah, you told me about it because you were like hyperventilating.
I
You're
was
just covered in blood.
They're like, we'll just get the next one.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Yeah. I was like, thanks.
That is
And
so
then
funny.
The door opens up, and it's Chris holding my inhaler.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then I was like, all right, let's go.
God, I wish I would have stayed that
Let me
year.
go make another drink. Oh my god, yeah, that was a bad one for me, because I almost got my ass kicked at Chameleon that night because I started dancing with somebody's girlfriend, and the guy was a
Ooh.
lot bigger than me. I made him laugh though, so I got away with that. That was a mess. Oh my god, fuck, dude, I miss all this shit.
I do too. Dude.
All right,
Those parties.
well, this means one thing: when things go back to normal, someday, we're gonna party like it's 2015.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
Like, it's gonna be fucking stupid.
Absolutely.
And record some shit.
And record some shit.
Oh yeah, yeah, we're gonna do that too. Yeah,
I do that a lot.
yeah, yeah.
But yes, I'm sure that will be involved.
More than average?
I know, less than average,
yeah.
unfortunately.
So not a lot.
irritable bowel
It's a
syndrome.
problem. We're working
Yeah.
on it. You know. Oh my god.
It'd be like that.
It do be like that, dude. Oh my god, I'm just so happy to see you. I don't know,
I know.
why. When I first saw you, I almost got like nervous.
Really?
It was weird.
Why?
Like,
Like you have
first,
It's just
perfect
me.
arms.
yeah, but like first date nervous. It was weird. I
Oh,
was like,
wow.
oh, yeah, I know.
That's so cute.
I might have feelings for you, and
Butterflies.
I hope that's okay.
Oh, it's absolutely okay.
I'm glad.
It's mutual.
Do you guys want to take a quick break and just-
Sure.
Sweet, sweetity. And we're back.
We are back.
Yeah, we're back now. It's official. You have a tour story.
Yes.
Yeah.
A tour story from the first tour I did with If Not For Me, which is the band that I sing for now. And it's awful. It was like it was crazy. Yeah, it was the first tour we did. It was our EP release tour. And we were on the road for like, I don't know, it wasn't even that long. It was like a week and a half or something like that.
Okay.
So anyway, we got our we had a really nice 12 passenger, what was it? Some Ford van, I don't even know, a Ford passenger van.
Mhm.
It was great. And we had our bunks built in the back. I had just bought you know, like those little kid mattresses that go in cribs.
Mhm.
Two of them fit perfectly on my bunk. So I was like, hell yeah. Like
Oh, hell yeah.
yeah, it was like so comfortable. And I only got to use it for one night because on day 2, our van breaks down in Massachusetts. Yeah, we were in Worcester, Massachusetts.
Jeez, that's a hike.
Yeah. And so and we broke down like 20 minutes from the venue. So and we found out there's like a U-Haul like it's like 2 miles up the road or something like that. So me and Hayden ended up like running to the U-Haul. And the plan was we're going to rent a box truck. We're going to go back to the van. We're going to get all our gear out of it. We're going to take our gear to the show. We're going to drive the back of the box truck back to U-Haul and pick up a cargo van because we got to be in Philly to play Summer Slaughter at the TLA the next day.
Oh shit.
So we take the box truck to the venue, we unload it, and I take the box truck back to U-Haul and I get our cargo van. And as I'm pulling out of the parking lot, I get rear-ended hard as fuck.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, dude. Right outside of the parking lot. And it was so annoying because it was like a really busy highway and I had to make a left turn, but I was like, there's no way I'm going to make this left turn. So I was even going to take a right to play it even safer.
Mhm.
And so I pull out and I get, I don't know, 40 yards down the street, this F-250 big ass truck just right into the back of the cargo van.
Wait, were they already on the road?
They were, but they were like,
Like,
I
you
was,
had enough time to pull. You were
oh,
completely on the
absolutely.
road.
Yeah.
They
Like
were just hauling ass.
after all was said and done, I was ruled not at fault because like he had plenty of time to stop. And the police determined that, the insurance determined that. So,
So wait, basically this guy was just mad you pulled out in front of
yeah,
him.
and he was screaming at me. But anyway,
You took out the good insurance.
on the
wait,
rental.
oh, no. Like 5 minutes before this, I declined the insurance.
Oh, that's nice.
And
You're like,
I
fuck it,
would've-
we're just gonna use it for a day.
if I-
$20.
If I know, and if I would have just done that, like all of this would have been completely avoided. Like I had to fight with I had to go to like the Massachusetts Police Department the next day and fill out incident reports and all this other stuff, and then I was like back and forth with different insurance agencies and U-Haul's insurance agency and like all this other stuff and the other guy's insurance, and God, it was a nightmare. But anyway, and so like I get hit hard as shit. Luckily at that point all our gear's at the venue, so the cargo van is empty. If like it would have been full, I might have died. I don't know,
Oh my
because all
God.
that gear, like you know what a cargo van is, like it just everything would have just come right up to
Dude,
the
it could
front.
have launched a fucking symbol like and cut your head off.
Exactly. So luckily
Yeah,
there
that
was
would've
there was
that was a pretty
plenty
metal
of
death.
cushion there to cushion that impact. So I missed the show that night. The band that we were touring with actually took my spot with the rest of the guys that were at the venue because I was like by myself when that happened, and so I'm like sitting there on the side of the road for hours. Dude, it was awful. The U-Haul people were like, they were totally on my side because they like even saw what happened. But yeah, I'm just sitting at this U-Haul for hours after like fighting with the dude and police and all this other shit. And then, so the other band that we're touring with finally brings our trailer that was broken down. We had to leave our van like on the side of the road. But they brought our trailer back to the U-Haul place after the show, and like we kind of got all reunited. And at that point, we had no idea what we were going to do because we were supposed to be in Philly the next morning for like an early load in to play Summer Slaughter. And the U-Haul place only had one cargo van, and so we're just kind of sitting outside, and all of a sudden somebody comes to drop off another cargo van at like midnight or something like that. And the U-Haul people lived right behind the building, because it's just like a little franchise, I guess. And so they come out and they're like, "Hey, you guys still want to make it to Philly tomorrow?"
No
And
shit.
we're like, "Absolutely." So we ended up making that show, and then we brought the van back that same night. So that drive was just absolutely horrendous.
Wait. Back to Massachusetts?
Yeah, because we had to that particular van. They weren't gonna let us drop it off at another U-Haul location. Plus, we would have been stranded anyway.
Wait, so you drove from Massachusetts to Philadelphia and then back to Massachusetts?
Yes, sir.
How
All
many,
in the same day.
How many hours was that? Like each way?
I wanted to say like 6 or something like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So
It was rough. So
how did you leave from
Massachusetts?
Yes.
When we got there, that's
the last
thing.
time after you dropped off the van?
Yeah. Okay. We were stranded in Massachusetts for a week, and we met this guy in Worcester, Massachusetts, who was also homeless. He like literally lived in a gas station parking lot, and he had this crazy old van that was just like flat black, so we called him Flat Black. And it's like this old guy with like this really long hair. It's like the most stereotypical classic rock metal dude like you've ever
Like a
met.
Cherokee?
Yes, just like a Cherokee.
That's insane.
Yeah. And so we lived in his camper. Honestly, it could have been.
Marquee.
But we lived in his camper that was just parked at this gas station. He also had a Cadillac stretch limo and another stretch limo just parked at this gas station.
But he's homeless?
Yes. I don't know.
And the gas station let him park these vehicles there to live out of.
Yes. This is where it gets
I mean, would
this
you kick him out?
this is really where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
So we're living with this guy for like a week, and in the meantime,
Wait, whoa, a week?
yes.
What the fuck?
And in the meantime, though, all our shows are like Connecticut, Vermont, another one in Massachusetts, and they're all like within a couple hours of where we were stranded at. So this dude literally drove us and all our gear to the shows. We did not miss a single show on that tour.
Because some homeless guy in Massachusetts drove you to all of your
Yes,
shows.
we went through like 5 different vehicles on that tour and did not miss a single show.
Holy
And like
shit.
every single day, we actually ended up buying a van from Flat Black's buddy, who was also very shady. And we bought a van for like $1,200 and had to fix it up over the course of a couple days with Flat Black helping us out on it. And God, dude.
Did you guys call him Flat Black to his face?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Oh, absolutely, dude. We all fucked with each other all the time. It was so funny. But anyway, so we bought this van and we're fixing it up, and not missing any shows somehow. And like every single day, it was like just something else wild would happen, and we're just like, it has to be a simulation at this point, because it's just
rolling with the
it was
punches.
fucking bizarre. Like this dude. The first night we met Flat Black, we were trying to get our Ampeg bass cab in the van, and he's just like, "Oh, you just gotta fucking," and he picks up our 8x10 by himself, and like this is an old ass dude, and he just throws it up in the van, and we're like, "Okay," and he's like drunk as shit like all the time.
Oh my God. I guess that explains. the
Yeah, dude.
homelessness.
Oh my God. And he's a limo driver, so
Oh shit.
did my mic cut out?
Oh. I
Oh,
think-
there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, and he's a limo driver, and he would go to these gigs like drunk as shit. Like, could you imagine if this guy just shows up to like pick up your wedding party in a beat ass Cadillac stretch limo, just drunk off his mind, and he's got like an Iron Maiden T-shirt underneath of his tuxedo? Like that is.
I don't know if you trusted him to drive you to
Oh
your
my
show.
God.
I know, and the
You
first
lived with
night-
him for a week, so
that was out of necessity, but the first night he
I
was
don't
like,
even know if it's necessity at that point.
he was like, I could fix your van, the original one that broke down, and we were like just gonna scrap it because it was like the engine was completely locked up on it, and they had this issue with it before, so they were just gonna have it scrapped, and then he was like, yeah, I could fix it. Just tell me where it's at. And we were like, well, what do we have to lose? So we gave him the keys to the van and just set him on his way. And sure enough, he finds the van and tows it back to the gas station and is working on it. But he couldn't get it unlocked either. So we ended up buying the new van.
Was the engine seized?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
completely seized. And we priced out a couple engines for it at local scrap yards, and it wasn't worth it.
Yeah. Well, like the labor is what's gonna get you on that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was really sad because we missed that van a lot. It was so nice. Yeah, so we just lived with this guy for like a week, and he was absolutely batshit crazy.
What time of year was this?
In the middle of summer.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
it was
at least
like
it wasn't cold.
It was like
probably hot
July.
as
It was
fuck.
so hot.
Oh my
He didn't
God.
have air conditioning in his camper because he's homeless.
So
but somehow he had a camper.
how many members in your band? 4 or 5?
4.
At least it's not a 5-piece.
Yeah.
You have like a little bit more room, but like I imagine people were sleeping on the floor. Of
It was
this
so
man's camper.
funny because we were just like, man, like what else could possibly happen? And then something else would happen. Like the one day he's just like, time me, and he runs and he climbs a light pole. Like, we're like, what the fuck? It was I think Hayden has a video of it somewhere. But
Oh, I
yeah, he
can-
just like runs up the light pole and
And-
he hangs off of the top of it with one hand, and then he's like, what's my time? And Hayden's like 28 seconds, and he's like, yeah, and then he just comes back down.
That's a record.
I feel like this guy's just Roger from American Dad.
Dude, he's insane, but God, he helped us out so much.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was like we were eternally grateful for everything he did for us. But anyway, the shitty van, which was like vehicle number 5 or 6 on that tour that we ended up buying, somehow we made it to Vermont with it, and it was like a really old 3-speed Dodge Cargo.
Like 3 on the tree.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude. And it was funny because like you felt the weight of every single gear as it shifted. Like it felt horrible. And if you were idling, like that motherfucker was stalling. Like good luck sitting at a stoplight. Like we'd have to just like crank the ignition on it and just like keep our foot pumping on the gas when we were sitting at stoplights and stuff like that. And hopefully it wouldn't stall. It stalled out quite a few times, but and then our last show was in Vermont, and it was like a 9-hour drive home, and we were like, man, we really hope this van gets us home.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, we're an avoid tolls kind of band when we're touring, because fuck tolls. They usually only take off like 10-15 minutes anyway.
And it adds a lot of money.
Yeah,
Like,
it
adds up.
does. And we're really cheap. It beats the shit out of our vans, but we're really cheap. But anyway, so we ended up taking some like crazy ass back road in the middle of the night, and we're going up a mountain, pulling our trailer with all our gear in it. And I think Sterling was driving at the time. And like as we were just going to the top of the hill, the van was just going slower and slower and slower. And we're like, oh my God, like if we don't make this hill, like we are in trouble. And like finally we just like crawled to the crest of the hill, and then we were just like picking up speed again. And we were like, thank
Oh
God.
my
It was
God.
terrifying. And Hayden and Zach are like asleep in the back, so they have no idea what's going on. And me and Sterling are just like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Everybody lean forward.
It was, but like after all of the insanity and like really bad shit that happened to us on that tour, also Hayden got a really weird infected bite on his leg, and he had to go to urgent care. Zach left all of his clothes in Flat Black's camper and had to have them sent back. Shit, the one day, oh God, we got KFC the one day, and Zach had he was just bringing it back to the van, and he had my drink in the water bottle holder on his backpack. And when he gets back to the van, he just kind of chucks his backpack in the van. And then like half an hour later, I'm like, where's my Pepsi? And he's like, oh dude. And like and there's just Pepsi all over all of our clothes. It's like in my toothpaste and like all this other shit. I was so mad at him. But anyway, after everything that happened on that tour, we finally made it home. We got the word from our label that we sold enough records on that tour that we charted on Billboard. And we were like, hey, like at least something came from this nightmare of a tour. It's like, and if we didn't, if like we could have just given up the first night when our original van broke down, and there was a lot of contemplation of every tier of events that happened that like maybe we should just go home. But we ended up not. We just like stuck it out, and if we didn't do that, we would not have sold enough records to like do that. So that was kind of cool. But God, that tour was a nightmare, dude.
That's absolutely insane. Like
It was so bad.
dude, you could make a movie out of that.
Honestly, we could. And there was like, we would just sit back and reminisce about it, and we were like, man, like, did that actually happen? Like, is this? But like, all of it did actually happen. Like, it was just, there were just so many levels of events that I can't even like remember or like talk about it and stuff like that. That it was just like, it sounds made up.
Yeah. God.
shit. The one night he had Flat Black had a hooker over.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And he was trying to get us to buy him like stuff, and we were like, no, dude, like get the fuck out of here.
I'm
Dude,
letting you sleep in my camper. You could at least buy me a BJ, bro. Like,
We bought him dinner every night, but we
That's
weren't gonna
awesome.
buy him a BJ. But yeah, dude, like, oh my god, it was insanity.
Oh my god. So you were in like the countryside of Massachusetts.
Where
I'm
we
assuming.
broke down was, but where we were staying at in Worcester, I don't know exactly the size of it. It's probably comparable to Mechanicsburg.
Okay.
Like that's kind of what it looks like the downtown Mechanicsburg area.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit bigger
So,
actually.
like kind of like where we are.
Yeah. But they have a lot of cool venues down there. They have the Palladium, which is a very famous one. The Raven, which is where we played at, which is like this really cool little dive bar.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was so sick. I didn't get to play that night though, because rear-ended.
So wait, you said that guy was like yelling and cursing at you and stuff?
Yeah, dude, he was mad as shit.
So wait, let's go back into that for a
Okay.
second because I'm curious. Because like, wait, so you pulled out and this guy's like not even in sight, or at least like in sight. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah, no, he wasn't even in sight.
Oh my.
And it was nighttime too, so like what I was watching for were headlights, and
Mhm.
even around the bend, because there was like a bend further up, and like there was no headlights coming around the bend. So I was like, all right, I got plenty of time, and I'm out and I'm accelerating, and I got like a good ways out of the parking lot. Like we took pictures of it and everything, so they could show like this dude had plenty of time to slow down. They think he just like wasn't paying attention, but like yeah, he slammed me, and it was so funny
How-
because the next day he was calling me and. He called Hayden too because Hayden's phone number was on the U-Haul contract.
Mhm.
And he was like, "Yeah, I hit your friend last night. He admitted fault and like all this other stuff."
Oh,
and we're like, that
my
totally didn't happen
So he's
at
one
all.
of those guys.
Yeah. And like Hayden was like literally there well, he wasn't there when it happened, obviously, but he like saw the police reports and all that kind of stuff because like I had to go back to Massachusetts after we came back from Philly to go to the police department to fill out all this stuff and get my account of what happened. But yeah, dude, like the dude was like such a cock,
Oh.
honestly.
So, how fast were you going when you got hit though?
Like probably 35, 40, something like that.
Jesus. I'm
The-
surprised you didn't like spin out of control or anything like that.
I
Like,
know.
holy
If there was gear in the back, I don't know. It might have.
That guy was just yelling because he was mad that he screwed up.
Yeah.
I honestly, and he's like,
and if you're louder, you're right. That's how it works.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. He got out and he's screaming at me, and he's like, "What the? You pulled out in front of me and all this other stuff." And I was like, "Bro, like you weren't even there."
Yeah. Like, oh my God. Just admit if you're wrong.
Yeah.
God.
It's like the police actually had to separate us because it kind of got not good. And he
Oh,
was a
shit.
lot bigger than me. I totally would have gotten my ass kicked. This is like a really big like 45-year-old dude. And it was like a company truck too. He's like a contractor or something like that.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So he was real mad 'cause he got fired the next day.
Yeah, he definitely couldn't pass his drug test.
Yeah, dude, shit was wild. It was a good
Oh,
time.
God.
It was
man.
not a good time though.
Yeah, well, oh my God. Dude, that's like the craziest. Oh my God. I'm not sure what's crazier, that or the story about Logan fighting with, what band was that? In the Sheets parking lot on Paxton Street. He talked about it on here. It was a crazy story, though. Oh my God. Dude, well, it's good to see you.
I know, honestly.
Shit. We got to do this again.
Oh,
Definitely.
anytime. Well,
Yeah.
anytime I have off.
Yeah, I know. Well, dude, yeah, you took off to be here tonight, so
Yeah, I did.
thank you for that. That's awesome.
Yeah, my pleasure.
We're gonna wrap it up here. Do you have anything else you want to talk about, or if not, you can plug yourself and your band and everything?
Yeah, I'll just say, if you don't know already, I sing for a band called If Not For Me. We're based out of Harrisburg. We've been fairly dormant this year just because we're all busy, and most bands have been fairly dormant this year. It's been a rough year. But I will say, check us out on, like, we have Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, all that stuff. We're, like, available anywhere you stream music or anything like that. And I will say, you could probably expect at least one single by the end of the year. And then hopefully a lot more next year.
Hell yeah. And we'll link everything in the description below.
Awesome.
So
Yeah,
definitely. Dude, thanks for coming on, man. Like,
absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
I missed you guys so much.
Dude, I know. We have to like seriously. Let's actually plan something. We'll talk about that off air.
Yeah,
though. So,
absolutely.
Other than that, thanks for tuning in, listening, and shout out to our sponsor, Rockmill Industries. They're your one-stop shop. Patty, you can speak from experience.
Oh, absolutely. I have like a lot of experience with Rockmill.
You have recorded here. You've bought your merch through them, like everything. So, yeah, Rockmill Industries. Check them out online. Rockmill Inc. That's rockmillink.com. One-stop shop. Screen printing, recording, embroidery, music lessons. You name it, they got it. They do it, and they're amazing guys. Please check them out and support them. They support us, which brings our channel to you. And thank you for listening. That means the world to all of us. So, dude, I love you.
I love you too.
All right.
I love all of you.